What's up, guys? It's your guy Victor Mason back at you again with another freight video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about why freight brokerage is recession resistant. Only if you do this right. We're going to be breaking it down step by step, historically, how it's always worked, and how it will work in the future, and how you can make sure that you're pivoting with the market and making sure that you're in a career that is recession resistant. We're going to break it down step by step. So like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope that you enjoyed the video. When the economy slows down, most businesses suffer. Consumers spend less, companies cut budgets, hiring freezes, layoffs. So a natural question becomes, is freight brokerage recession resistant? And the honest answer is yes, but only if it's built the right way. So in this video, I'm going to explain why freight brokerage has historically held up better than most businesses during downturns, where brokers actually get protected, and why many brokerages still fail even when the freight is still moving. So let's just start with a simple truth. Freight does not stop in a recession. It just changes. People may buy less luxury, but they still buy food, they still buy medicine, they're still going to buy household goods, and they're still going to need raw materials. The economy can slow, but supply chains did not shut down. That's the first layer of resilience. Now, let's talk about the business models. Most businesses are tied directly to consumer spending. So when demand drops, revenue drops. Freight brokerage is different. You're not selling discretionary products. You're selling movement. As long as companies are producing, importing, exporting, and distributing, freight moves. The question is not if freight moves. The question is who controls it. This brings us to the first real advantage, control. In freight brokerage, whoever controls the customer controls the revenue. If you have repeat shippers, contract lanes, and embedded relationships, your revenue becomes much more stable than someone who might be chasing spot freight. So during recessions, random volume disappears first. Repeat freight survives. Smart brokers build stability before the downturn starts. The second advantage is overhead. Freight brokerage can be run with very low fixed costs. No trucks, no equipment, no drivers, no fuel. Your largest expenses are people and systems. That gives you flexibility. So when revenue fluctuates, you can adjust. Asset-heavy businesses can't do that. Truck payments don't stop. Insurance doesn't stop. Maintenance doesn't stop. Low overhead is one of the biggest reasons why brokerage survives downturns better than trucking. The third advantage is pricing power. In recessions, weak players exit, carriers shut down, small fleets sell equipment, capacity contracts. When that happens, execution becomes more valuable. Shippers stop chasing the cheapest rate, they start chasing reliability. Brokers who can deliver consistency protect margin even in slow markets. This is where experience pays off. But now let's talk about the uncomfortable part. Not all freight brokerages are recession resistant. In fact, many fail. And the reason is simple. They were fragile before the recession even started. So here are the models that collapse first. High overhead brokerages, no specialization, no repeat customers, no pricing discipline, weak carrier vetting, poor credit controls. So when volume drops, they have nothing to fall back on. And when margins tighten, they panic. When one customer leaves, the business collapses. That's not a recession problem. That's a structure problem. That's why I always say recessions don't kill brokerages. Weak structure does. In resilient brokerages, a few things are always true. They specialize. They don't chase every load. They understand their lanes. They understand their customers' operations. And they understand their cost structure. They build repeat freight instead of random freight. They protect margin instead of chasing volume. And they manage risk intentionally. Risk management becomes critical in recessions. Carrier vetting, clear contracts, tight credit policies, and strong operating procedures. One bad claim, one bad carrier, one unpaid invoice. Those things matter far more when cash flow tightens. But this is where professional brokerages separate themselves from hobby businesses. Another important factor is leverage. In downturns, the best brokers don't work harder, they work smarter. They systemize, they delegate. They focus on high-value decisions instead of micromanaging every load. That's what allows them not to just survive, but to gain market share while others exit the market. Now, let's talk about timing. The best time to build a recession-resistant brokerage is not during the recession, it's before. Structure matters more than market conditions. The authority, systems, carrier network, operating discipline. Fixing these things in a downturn is expensive, Building them correctly from day one is far cheaper. So is freight brokerage recession resistant? Yes, but only if it's built as a real business, not a hustle, not a side project, not a guessing game, a real structured operation. Some people want to learn this through trial and error. Others want speed, certainty, and risk reduction. If you're in that second group, I work with a small number of clients where we help structure and launch freight brokerages the right way from day one. Built to survive volatility, built to protect margins, built to scale. If that sounds like you, check the link in the description or comment freight, and I'll send you the details. Now, if this video helped you, like it, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next